Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we have an amazing problem for you guys. It's called length of the last word, right? So a very good one. So it says given a string S, right, consisting of word and spaces, right? Words and spaces, return the length of the last word in the string, right? A word is a maximal substring consisting of non-space characters only, right? So very, very important thing they're telling us, right? They tell us what they mean by a word, right? And also, yeah. So it says given. So given this input, right? We could easily see this. That's the last word in the string, right? Is world, and we know that the length of it is 5, right? So we return that. And then here too, right? We return moon, right? Moon's the length of the last word in the string, right? Which makes sense, right? And then joy boy for this one, right, is of length 6. That's why we return 6, right? Which makes total sense, right? So how do we solve it, guys? How do we go about it? Okay. So this could be done, many different ways, right? Is do the even like the straightforward way, right? It's always good to start doing straightforward, right? Just use the built-in function in our language of choice, right? In Java, especially, we could, just thinking we could split the string right into and turn it into an array, right? So that we could easily reference the last word, right? Of the string, right? Something very simple like that, right? Could, do the job, right? So we would, use trim the leading and trailing spaces. After we do that, we would just do a split, right? With the delimiter of empty space, right? And then now we could easily reference, right, our last word, right? And then just return the length of it, right? Just like that without any issue, right? I can even go ahead and code that up really quickly, right? Which is trimming the spaces. And then here we would have an array. It's gonna drag out all the words, right? As that splits with delimiter of this. And we can just do words, and then we do words length, right, which is -1, gives me the last word in the string, right? Now length, right? Just like that, will be in good shape. Okay. Okay, not too bad, not too bad, but we are using space here, right? To just it's gonna pass, what I'm saying. But the memory though, we're not doing too good, right? The time should be pretty good, right? Yeah, the time's good, right? We're top 100%, right? But how do we increase? Oh, memory, we're already doing pretty good too. But we could increase that, right? So we could use a little bit less memory, right? So how can we do it without this, right? How can we get, do this without using any memory? Okay. So maybe we could, use like a pointer or something, right? To help us iterate through the string, right? So the other way that I could do it, right, is to find a way to know the last word, right? And once I get to the last word, I could just, just go like, count the last word and just do that itself, right? I don't need to worry about the other words, right? I just need to find the last word. Once I find the last word, just do this, right? Maybe we could loop through starting from the end, right? And then, but there's a space here. Okay. To account for that, maybe we have so for the first while loop, right? We will have for a first iteration, right? We're gonna loop like starting from the end, right? And then decrementing our pointer, right? As we reach a word, right? Right? All the way up until we reach a character, right? We reach a character. And once we reach that first character, because we want the last word, right? So as long as we get to the last word, right? We just stop there and then we count how many words, right, are in there, right? And then we keep decrementing our pointer, right? Keep going down until we hit empty space, right? Which means that's the end of the word, right? And then we count the length of the word that we just iterated through, right? After that, right? Okay, so the solution will look something like that. So we'll have a first pointer, right, which is called I equal to 0, right? Okay. And then could even like, get our length right there, right? Go to 0. So now the while loop that we're gonna have here, the first one would be to find the last word in the string, right? Because that's important, right? So while I is greater than or equal to 0, right? And the character, right, that I is pointing at, right, is equal to empty space, right? Then I'm gonna keep decrementing the count, right? So once I find the word, right, and let's say, we encounter a character that's not an empty space, right? We stop, right? And we point at it, right? And then now what we're gonna do is do another while loop, right? And we have the same condition because we're going down, we're going from, right to left, right? So make sure that we don't go out of bounds. And, right, the character. So now this is the part where we're gonna be counting um we're gonna be counting a all the characters in there. Right? So every time it's a character, that's the length of it, right? We increment the length by 1. This will be, so this will count for 1, for 2, for 3, right? For 4, right? And then we return 4. And what we get here, right? We wouldn't go into the while loop again, right? So that's where we would stop, right? Okay. And we do the same thing. We keep decrementing the pointer there. Okay. And after that, we can just return the length, right? Okay. All right, let me see. All right, this one's off a little bit. Should be length -1 because we're, going down. Yep, just press run code. Everything should be fine. Looks good. Let's press submit. Awesome, guy. We were able to pass all the test cases, guys, right? So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. If you guys found value, make sure to give me a like. If you guys are new here, subscribe because I'll be doing a lot of other videos just like this one. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.